Welcome to my very first instructional video. This one's going to be on how to tie a bowline knot. Bowline knot is one of the most useful sailing knots that you can learn how to do. It's almost critical, and very versatile knot, strong knot. You're going to need to get a 3 or 4 foot section of line. Start by showing you the traditional method to tie a bowline. Most of you have heard the story or learned how to tie a bowline by the traditional method of the rabbit going through the hole, around the tree, and then back down through the hole, as I'm trying to demonstrate here. Person that could never figure this out. I never could get it right. It would take me 2 or 3 attempts to get it to look like this. You can tell a bowline knot by the simple characteristic of a little U shape in the rope right at the neck. The bowline will not, it's not a slip knot, it will stay taut like that, as you can see here. You see that little U? And then it's very easy to release no matter how much tension was placed on the line. We're going to take this apart, and I'm going to show you a little faster method here. I think that you'll find a whole lot easier. I personally think this method is much easier, much faster, and gives you the same knot as the traditional method without having to remember so many steps. I'm going to go through this one time very quickly just to show you the expediency of this knot, and then we'll slow it down so you can learn how to do this knot. Again, you're not seeing the method you saw before, although the end result is exactly the same. You can see a lot less cumbersome, and it is the knot that we're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and undo this, and then we're going to try to do it again a little bit slower so you can get it. The key element to this is this loop. When you got the working end of the line in your right hand, you flip a little loop over like that. That line has to be on top, and that is the line leading to the end of your line. And then you fold that loop back upon itself like that. Then you pull that line up to make a little loop inside the loop, if that makes sense. Then you take your working end, your loose end, and you're going to bring it through that loop that you just made. Okay, you can see the little hitch right there inside the loop. You grab the big loop and you pull it tight, and you have your bowline. It's that simple. Much easier, much faster. There's the knot we're looking for, the little loop, little horseshoe, and that's your bowline. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again one more time. We'll go through it nice and slow so you can pick up all the little intricacies. Okay, you're going to want to have the end that you want to tie around something in your right hand. And then you're going to make that loop over the top of the longer line, or the line left behind. You're going to take that loop it over the top of the existing line, back on itself. And you're going to pull a little bit of that line through that loop you just made. Okay, it's very critical that that loop was on top of the other line that you started with. Now you're going to take the loose end that you want to wrap around something, or just to make the loop, the bowline knot itself. You're going to run it through that little line you pulled through your original loop. You're going to grab both lines with one hand and pull it through, and there you go. It pops together just like that. There's your little horseshoe on your knot, and you've made a bowline knot. Alright, let's get to practicing. That's simple. And you can watch this over and over again until you figure it out. But the key is that loop. Once you got that, you've got a bowline. Alright, thanks for watching.